Well, Joe, I'm with Lansing Santana, who was also in the gym when this happened, and I want you to walk me through what happened. What were you doing? Where were you in the gym, and what did you hear happen?
Well, I was downstairs by the racquetball area. That's an area downstairs, and then you have the racquetball room, and then the door is immediately that way. So we were on the last machine by that area, and immediately I heard pow, pow. It sounded like war. And so instead of looking to see what was happening, I just immediately beeline for that door. I looked around at my girl. She was ducked down by the machine. I said, let's go. And she started running. So we left everything behind that we had. And I didn't know if I was hit or not because it sounded like it was right next to us. And so we made a beeline for the door and ran out, and we just kept running. And then we saw everyone else come out, and then they said that a manager got hit or something, but, we didn't see any of that. So
we were told that multiple people were shot. At least one person has lost their life here. The shooter, I believe, was taken to the hospital, but obviously the threat has been neutralized at this point. But talk to me about coming here. I mean, obviously you come here a lot. Had you noticed any problems here at the gym?
I haven't noticed any problems, but I always look around wherever I go just to make sure, because you never know where this is going to happen. So my thing is always to stay aware of everything. Even when I'm in the bathrooms, I just look around. That's just my thing. But they was just saying, like I said, that happened earlier, a couple of days ago. Then he came back. I think they said he had on a suit. I can't verify any of that, but I did see his boots on the ground. I saw him come out with the gun, and he hopped around as if he was trying to shoot again, and that's when LVAPD was right here and neutralized him right there.
Okay. Yeah. We had heard some reports about his gun jamming. Was the shots that you heard in succession, or did you hear?
It was in succession. I heard at least 4 or 5, and that's when we just took off. And so that's probably the point where it jammed. Probably reloaded, or I'm not sure how he got it out. But I heard he chased the manager.
Wow. How quickly were you able to get out?
Oh, faster than I could just blink.
Is that the fastest you've run?
No, but
wow.
And I kind of zigzagged a little bit because I know to do that if there's a shooting or whatever. So.
And again, we've heard that multiple people were shot here. We don't know their conditions right now, but to know that there are people just like you that were working out, going about there every day and got caught up in all of this. Talk to me about that.
Even shrapnel. I heard people got hit with shrapnel, in the jaw. I saw one guy they were taking care of out there got hit in the jaw. It's unfortunate because I hate to say I'm glad it's not me, because that means someone else, and I feel sorry for the people who got hit or was in that situation. Wish I could have done something or saw the person, but the first instinct is to get out, because I didn't know if I was hit myself.
Talk to me about what's going through your mind when you're questioning if you were shot.
Oh my God, it's just the energy seems to come out of you, because as soon as I stepped out of the door, I felt exhausted, and I was like, am I hit? And so I just started kind of feeling around, and but I realized I wasn't, and made sure she was okay. She broke down a little bit. It was another guy out there that broke down too. I had to hug him because he started crying and breaking down and everything too. So it was something that I never thought. You see it on TV, then when you're in it, you have these thoughts of being a hero, not when you really hear that gunfire and.
And when you did get out, did you see anybody who was, obviously trauma everybody's going through, but did you see anybody who was physically injured? Yeah,
it was a couple of guys. They took them off to the left, older gentleman, I think. And so I think he's the one that got hit in the jaw. I'm not sure where the other injuries were on the other guy, but they brought out the stretchers. And that's when they told us to get back. And when we got back, they were standing in that jaded position, and as soon as he came out with the gun, he hopped around with the gun, and then that's when they let off the shots and took him down.
It sounds like Metro got here extremely quickly to neutralize the threat. Talk to me about the police work here.
Thank God they did that, because honestly that was fast. They had the helicopters in the sky, because just imagine when he came out, the other people that he could have started shooting in the parking lot. So they were ready when he came out that door, which was great. And then he had the perimeters sealed off, which I saw, which was great. So yeah, they did a great job with that. So.
And talk to me about how you're doing right now. I mean, this must be so much to process.
I'm great, and that's not to say someone else shouldn't feel that way. I'm Aries, and I'm just kind of can deal with a lot without.
You think it maybe hasn't quite hit you yet?
Maybe, but I've been through certain things where I don't panic, and I think that's good for other people around me. I was going to be an FBI at one point in my life, and so maybe that's part of my makeup of who I am.
So you've had some training to keep you calm.
Yeah, and I do the martial arts and all of that stuff. So, but it's not the same thing about anyone else. I'm here to support others when they need that strength and whatever they need to get through. So.
And just talk to me about how you're feeling for those people who were injured here.
I feel bad because life is so unpredictable, and there's people who love people, and imagine getting that call that this person is no longer with us today or got injured. And what if you were in an argument and now all of that is so minute that you did that whenever, and so now this person's hurt. So the first thing you're thinking about is, I love you, I'm sorry, let's be better at what we can do in life and be better as people.
I'm so glad that you were okay. Is your girlfriend?
She's perfect too. She cried a little bit, but I had to hug her, and
physically okay as well.
Physically okay as well too. So.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us live here on Fox 5. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And Matt, I'm going to have you once again pan over to the gym to show what's going on right here. You can see that Metro is bringing in extra cars, taking some cars out. This scene is going to be closed for hours, clearly, as they go through the gym and figure out exactly what it is that happened here.